relentless pursuit of better ways to convey ideas and preserve knowledge doesn't end with text. I think we're at the dawn of a new era of AI-enabled communication. And I think that future generations will slowly replace text with more intuitive forms of communication, like audio, video, and eventually immersive technologies. And one day, I think we'll look back at reading and writing as historical artifacts, like we do with papyrus scrolls, or hieroglyphs, or cave paintings. Don't get me wrong, I love reading. This is not a personal vendetta against text. Some of my fondest memories is walking around in my local library back in Copenhagen, that you're seeing behind me here, picking out all kinds of books, mostly science fiction books, returning home to read them, so I could go back there again and pick out the next set of exciting books to read. I love disappearing into these worlds that were different than the physical world around me. And that, of course, only was amplified when I discovered the internet at around 10 years old, which opened up an entirely new world of ideas, of music, and people. On the internet, information was free, and I saw firsthand how technology didn't just change the distribution of content, it changed the content in itself. The difference between a lively forum and a book is massive, right? A blog and a newspaper, and so on. In music, which is my big passion outside of work, I saw how software instruments and sampling and drum machines gave birth to entirely new genres that had never been possible before. And not only that, but all the people around the world making new, exciting music could share it with the world without the middlemen of labels. The video games I played got connected to the internet. You formed communities with people around the world that you didn't know. Or that's what my parents thought, at least. I started my first business when I was 13 years old in World of Warcraft. We were 50 people slaying dragons together online. And I would later learn in life that it's actually not that different than running a startup. And those early years of my life sparked a lifelong interest in media and technology, how they changed the way that we create, consume, play, and communicate. And in 2016, I discovered a research paper called Face to Face by Professor Matthias Niesner and his team. They built a system that, using neural networks, could produce really, really photorealistic video. And when I saw this for the first time, I felt like I'd seen magic. And I was convinced that in 10 years, you're going to be able to create a Hollywood film from your bedroom without needing anything else than just your imagination. That's in 3 years, and I think that's actually going to hold up. I couldn't get this idea out of my mind, and eventually I ended up founding Synthesia, an AI video company, along with Matthias and Lourdes and Stefan, my co-founders. And this really was a way to kind of marry my interest in media and technology and sci-fi. We started the company with the vision of making everyone in the world into a Hollywood director. And while that's definitely still a very exciting vision, as the years kind of went on, we realized that as exciting as AI-generated Hollywood films is, it's only the tip of the iceberg. The really exciting potential about these technologies is that they're going to enable every single piece of content, from text messages to novels to boring corporate training materials, to be brought alive in video and audio. But before we talk more about video, let's talk about text. Text is the original way of compression for human communication. We encode our thoughts and knowledge into symbols that can convey meaning across time and space. That hasn't always been the case. Thousands of years ago, text didn't exist, and the only way we had to share information was orally. In 1500 before Christ, the first alphabet was invented, and it essentially took these very complex writing systems and simplified them into just a few characters, laying the groundwork for the modern society that we know today. In 1440, Gutenberg invented the printing press, and for the first time in history, we could mass produce written content. It would take until the mid-20th century before reading became something for the masses, and people slowly became literate. If we fast forward to today, text is ubiquitous, and it's impossible to live a life without being able to read and write. But it's great